Okay. So, Kimberly, are you all set to go?
I'm following along right now, I guess.
Say again.
I'm following along right now, yes.
Gotcha. All right. So there goes the bell.
Sorry, that's my computer.
Okay. So I'm gonna switch to the 1 minute real fast. Can you guys see my 1 minute chart?
I only see the 2000 tick.
Yeah, it's a 2000 tick that I see too.
Okay. Okay. You see the 1 minute now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the 1 minute. Can you
Can
guys
you like
can you guys
um
see okay?
yeah, if you did that, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
do.
okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. So we're just to this value area high right now. I don't have my expectation zones up on my 1 minute right now, but I do have it. I am monitoring it on the 2000 tick.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to see if we're gonna break above. So we're just, you can see that we're kind of having, let's see, open. We're having some volatility. Look at the profile, see what the profile is doing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go in for a buy at the market.
Order order filled.
Okay, we're about to get our point, hopefully here.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. The 1 minute will do that to you. It'll give you jitters sometimes because it looks more intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just scooping all those orders up, it's absorbing them, and then see if we can get that push to that top of that wick. Let's see if we don't scoop here.
Well, it's getting rejected at the bottom.
Yeah.
Probably it's gonna go up.
Let's try to see if we can get this these candles to engulf over. Okay, now we're coming back to test again. There it goes. Now we're starting to engulf and come back. This is where there's volume, so they're accumulating right here, this area. Now let's see if we have the continue. Let's see if we have the push through and the follow through. Okay, so here we go. We might get our point now. We'll see. And I think we're about to get it now.
Target filled.
There we go.
Wow, that was a rough hanging in there.
Yeah. No, I mean, it only lasted 6 minutes. And look, see, now we exploded to the upside.
Yeah.
So, so that was pretty much it. We got our trade. We're pretty much done.
Okay.
Did you guys have any? Are you in the room? You were in the room, right, Nicola? You see everything?
Oh yeah. So I requested for that because my computer where I trade is one, and then there's another one for I was in the room. Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna cut you off on this one.
Say again?
I'll leave.
Can you hear me? Kimberly, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. So did you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My thing was on mute. I said I can hear you. Sorry about that. What was happening was the first computer that I logged on is the computer that I trade with. So I was not able to see to compare what you were doing with my actual. I don't know if I'm making sense. I used
Yeah, no.
another.
I guess you had two computers on. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I joined on the Zoom with another computer and left the one that I trade on so that I can see what I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah. So are you seeing the 1 minute chart right now?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
seeing it. Yeah, I saw you make a trade and everything. Yes.
Okay. Were you able to take the trade yourself, or?
No, I did not. This one I was just looking, observing. Yeah,
Okay.
I did not. And I know that it probably would have taken me out because it went too far as maybe like 3 points down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I went. Maybe I would have stayed in
No, I
3
think you would have
points.
stayed in. Yeah, it didn't go more than
Yeah.
even. Yeah, it didn't. It's just that the 1 minute gets a little intimidating. I'm gonna go ahead and share the 2000 tick because I think we may have another trade. But if anybody is educationally demo trading right now, because of this education purposes only, then we may have another entry here because we made it above the 5 deviation. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait. Actually, I'm not gonna buy that. Can you see my screen? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let me see what happens here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this,
Order filled.
and then we may get a point here. Yeah, and here we go. We get the point.
Target filled.
Okay. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took both trades.
You took both trades?
Yeah, I only did one contract though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the reason, and so kind of like what I went over with Nakula, because we've been speaking since she has signed up for the room, for the educational room again, is a lot of the trader, for at least the trader's fallacy, in my opinion, and we've gone over this in other webinars, is some traders believe that you have to have a one-to-one risk to reward ratio, or they start messing with ratios when in reality the market really doesn't take into consideration your stop or your take profit. Because again, the market's going to do what it's going to do, and it's going to respect the levels it's going to respect. So really, what my style of trading is scalping. I'm not really a trend trader, so I'm just trying to set my stop according to volatility and giving it room to breathe. If that makes sense. Does that make sense, Kimberly?
Yeah, I generally speaking don't trade with a stop, and if I do, it's
It's a
pretty
mental stop.
wide.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I don't because I know like it's gonna stop me out every time. So, but I guess Joseph, for me, my question is like you mentioned, hey, I see it's breaching this next deviation, so I'm going to enter just for a quick scalp, and
Yeah.
I picked that, but um, like in terms of the significance of the deviations, like is there one that's more significant than
Or
the
when I
other?
say
I feel like
deviation, again, let me just make sure I put that in correct context.
sure.
So, the term we're using is expectation zone. But yeah, but continue.
No, I'm wondering, like, is there how do I put this? A reasonable move from one expectation zone to the next within a day? And is there some that are more like outlier? I'm thinking of like a bell curve. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely. So I'm gonna go to illustrate your point. I'm gonna like shrink this chart a little bit. And Akula, were you able to grab that second trade or no?
Yes, I did in the same. I
And
don't know. I'm still tiptoeing. I not in my actual account. I did in the same.
okay, you
Yeah.
did in sim, so
Yeah.
and you did grab your point.
Yes, I did. I did grab the 4 points. Yes,
Okay,
the
fantastic,
4 ticks. I'm sorry.
great. Okay,
Yeah,
and
using the
that's
ATM strategy. Yeah.
so to illustrate your point, Kimberly. So just think about it like this: like if you squinch it up, right? Just think about this as the bell curve, the +1 to the -1, and so depending on the volatility, which I'm probably just preaching to the choir here. But just picture it in your mind sideways like this, with the peak being at the closing price or settlement, right? And so it's just an expectation in general of how far we may go, so, or where we're gonna stay within. So we should statistically stay within based off of the volatility from the options chain and what it's giving us. It should stay within this one +1 and this -1. Once we go in +1 and -1, you want to start being more picky with your trade location, because now we're starting to go outside 1 sigma.
Target filled.
Nice,
That's helpful.
good job.
Thank you.
Who was that? Was that you, Kimberly, or was that you, Nicola?
That was
It's me. I took another one, but it's still same. So
That was good. Good job.
yeah. Mhm.
So Kimberly, did that kind of like answer your question or not really?
it did. So in the middle, I have my settlement, and then on either side, I have +1, -1. And
Right.
after we get outside of that, that's kind of like that cautious zone in terms of maybe not go all in.
Right. Not go. Yeah. And yeah. Right. Not go all in and not go all in. You could go in, because it could be a rally day. So here's a term I like to use a lot, which is treat every day like it's a range day. So just believe we're gonna be going with the assumption, and this for you too, Nakula, for everybody in the room, is
Yes.
assume it's a range day every day. So
Okay.
that's so or it's a range day until proven otherwise. Meaning, you know, if we get a trend day where, let's just say, it just continues to go up and it's just one of those crazy days, or conversely, if it just goes down as a big drop, let the market show you that, right? But expect there to be some pullbacks along the way if we're coming down. Can you guys see my arrows, my crosshairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like if you come down, pull back, touch, come down, pull back, touch, come, things like that. But yeah, you see right now we're hesitating a bit at the +7.5, and that's a good
Yeah.
decent sized move. We're kind of touching it to the tick, to the wick. So we may see a little bit of a pullback here, some profit taking, and a continuation. But we don't know yet. Let me pull on.
So
Go ahead.
every time we reach one of those expectation zones, the 0.25, 0.5 point, we should expect a pullback always, right?
Right.
Okay, so that actually works with your ATM strategy because the pullback is normally a point or more.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so that's the point. And Kimberly kind of, spoke perfectly on that. So,
Okay.
Kimberly, if you want to expound on that, because, and so Nakula, are you okay with me mentioning your trade style?
Yeah,
You're
sure,
okay?
sure. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Kimberly, so basically Nakula was having an issue because she was setting her stops really tight. She was putting them at 8 ticks. And so she realized that she was getting stopped out a lot. And so we identified that issue last night, that she should give her trades room to breathe. And so you pretty much pointed that out perfectly. I'm looking at the 1 minute too, by the way, right now. But so
So you
Kimberly,
trade off of the 1 minute?
I'll look at it like in the opening. I'll look at the 1 minute because if you look at just the 2000 tick or a Renko or the Unirenko based, um, it'll kind of play with you with your psychology, right? But the 1 minute will really, I believe, in my opinion, show its hand. You just gotta have the right psychology for it, because if you look at the tick chart, it's gonna trick you in the first 5 minutes in the opening.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see if I'm gonna take a third trade here. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't understand how it shows its hand on the 1 minute.
So I'll go over that at least for the first 5 minutes. And I mean you could use it in detail, but I'll show you in a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're kind of
Order submitted. Order filled.
So now we're starting to see strength come in here. If you look at the volume profile, so there's some interest right here.
Okay.
So now we got to see how it plays. You guys see that in real time, right? Do you guys see how it's extending, volume's extending right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now it's popping up. So I'm gonna jump in here.
Order filled.
See if we can't get a point out of this.
Order submitted.
And we should get our point now.
Target filled.
There we go.
Order filled.
So you saw kind of how the volume was showing us that, and we're still battling with volume. So it's like the bell curve as far as volume is concerned is kind of thinning out here, and it's protruding here. So depending on how it reacts, we might hit a stalling point somewhere around here. But ultimately, what the volume is showing me right now, and as far as what you're talking about, Kimberly, with the bell curve, kind of like what I pointed out earlier, it looks, again, in air quotes, like we may make it to the 1 and then turn around ultimately, because in alignment with the volume profile, because we may not stop right here dead set in the middle in between deviations. You know what I mean? But right now it does look like we broke through the 0.75, came back, touched it, and now we're having kind of a stall. We may have a pullback, some profit taking. They're interested at this point right here. You can see right now it's like the most volume. I think I want to say it is. Yeah, right now the most volume is right here at this level.
Mhm.
So it's what is this? 44.2850. So right now there's a fight going on.
Market bell.
Mm-hmm.
And so see, it looks like it wants to keep grinding up. And there it goes, more grind. There it goes, more. See, now you see more volume coming in. More volume coming in there. You see? So now we already beat this kind of like this line in the sand, if you will. But now we're coming back to it. See this? So this right now is like a line in the sand. You should have that in your peripheral, or not in your peripheral. Sorry, in your actually right in front of you. And now it looks like it may want to pull back. We just got to analyze it. But again, I'm done for the day. But we're just analyzing here. Um, but Kimberly, you said you were able to take some of the trades.
Yeah, I took the first two, but I
Gotcha.
was gonna say, like, when we got into this choppy part, I don't know if I would still be looking, to be honest.
Absolutely. No, no, that's perfectly fine, and that's correct. And so that's kind of what I wanted to highlight too was on certain days it just may be a one and done type of situation. Because I go heavy on contracts, I'll go in four since I am a scalper.
Hmm.
So that way, if I have my one trade, I have my $200, and I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I could see that because then you start getting chopped up and you give the money back, and that's no,
Exactly. Exactly.
no
Yeah.
point to that.
Music to my ears. There you go. Exactly.
I learned the hard way.
Wow. You
Yeah.
guys are smart. I've been stuck with this and I didn't know what I was struggling with. The ATM makes the whole difference, like, yeah.
Yeah, Kimberly, if you want to expound to Nakula about your process more or less, you're more than you have the mic, you have the floor if you want
I
to
I
chime
don't know if I have a process as much as just listening to other people like you and Briscoe and Damali, and just understanding that, yeah, you shouldn't go in necessarily naked, but you have to give the candles room to breathe.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was, speaking about yesterday, Nakula.
Mm-hmm.
And then so like I was telling Nakula when I spoke to her prior to the room, Kimberly, and it's Kimberly, correct? Hello?
Yes, that's fine.
Is it? Because I know it's Kimbo on
Yeah, most
the.
people call me Kimbo, but that's fine.
Okay. You want me to call you Kimbo or?
Yeah, I prefer it, but whatever you're
Oh no,
comfortable with.
Kimbo. Okay, so that's cool. So yeah, so Kimbo. So what I was telling her was, there's a way to actually use the volatility just like we use it for our expectation zones. There's a way to use it to determine your stop. Believe it or not, that it'll depending on the volatility of the day. If there's a lot of volatility, it'll call for a wider stop. And there's a mathematical formula to do that. So, and that's something that I'll be sharing down the road as well, inside of the room, and that's what I was speaking to Nakula about. And if you guys hear anything in the background, that's young Joseph in the back. So we're homeschooling him. So
No worries.
yeah,
Mm. Okay, this was good. I mean, for me, makes a difference. The ATM strategy makes a whole difference to me.
yeah,
So
it'll
I
definitely.
I see why I've been not consistent.
No
Yeah.
worries. And we do kind of see right now. Again, I don't know if I would take it, kind of like what Kimberly says, but I'll go ahead and take this because it looks like we're pulling back. We had a pullback
Order
when we came
filled.
to the ATM. I mean, sorry, we came to this moving average, and so it looks like we'll probably get a point out of this as we head towards the plus one.
Yeah.
But we'll see ultimately. And yeah, so we should get our point here. We'll see. or we may have hit the high of the day. Hopefully not. Um, but again, we were done for the day. This is just for educational purposes here. But I just want to see
So
if this
that's definitely helpful. Thank you.
definitely. I appreciate the feedback for sure.
Yeah, it was helpful. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Joseph. I really do.
No, absolutely. And
Yeah.
listen, I think we are gonna get our point here. Yeah.
Target
There we
filled.
go. So we got our point. So that's how much. So we got one, two. So we got 4 trades in the books here. So was it a helpful process for you all? I know it's fairly quick, but that's usually what it should be. It shouldn't be so too complicated, because see, it's more complicated explaining these things on a. Well, I mean, it's a hit and miss with a dead chart, like showing after the fact these rules, but showing it in real time, it kind of you see how quick you can be done. And so I hope that makes that helps you all out in the room.
Certainly does. Certainly
Yeah,
does.
it's definitely better live.
Yeah.
So, because you don't want to spend. That's the whole point that any of us got into this, right? Is time freedom, and also you don't want to be staring at the charts all day. You know what I mean?
Target filled.
Yeah.
And you'll overtrade. So
And there you go. Yeah, Kimbo, you got it down packed. I like
oh,
that.
trust me, I've done it all wrong, so I know.
So you lean into you failed into success. I like that.
Yeah, slowly.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
Well,
All right, Joseph. Thanks for your time. I appreciate that.
okay, all right. Well, God bless you. God bless you all.
Thank
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
Nakula,
Joseph.
I hope this was informative to both of you. And if you guys don't mind, I did record this session, and I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and I'll cut this off. Actually, let me.
Yeah. How long has it been when we came?
Let me
If we came in at 6.
or I'll cut it off at a certain point, but we could keep talking. But yeah, so if you don't mind, I will be posting some of these up on YouTube, just so people could get a sense of what we're doing